Remember the 90s? Back when the internet wasn't on your phone and logging on meant wading through that awful dial-up screech? Tonight, I've got a story from those early days of the web. One that still haunts people who remember AOL chat rooms. This is the AOL chat room ghost. Back in the late 90s, a boy spent his nights glued to AOL, hopping from one chat room to another. He loved meeting strangers, trading jokes, and playing text-based games with kids all across the country. One night, he met a user named Midnight45. At first, Midnight seemed normal, just another teenager online. They talked about favorite bands, movies, video games. But slowly, Midnight started mentioning things that didn't make sense. He knew the boy's hometown, the name of his school, even the color of the curtains in his bedroom. Confused, the boy typed, "How do you know all this?" The reply came instantly. "I used to live in your house. I used to sleep in your room, before the fire." The boy froze. There had never been a fire, at least not that he knew of. But before he could ask anything else, Midnight45 logged off. The username disappeared from the chat. The next day, the boy checked the AOL profile, but it was gone, deleted. Shaken, he asked his parents about it, and that's when they told him the truth. Years earlier, before he was born, the house had caught fire. A teenage boy died in the very room he now slept in. The boy never saw Midnight45 online again. But sometimes, late at night, when the dial-up screech echoed through his speakers, he swore he could hear faint typing, as if someone else was still there, waiting to log back on. Was Midnight45 a ghost, a glitch, or just someone who knew too much? Nobody really knows. But one thing's for sure, back in the 90s, the internet was full of secrets, and some of them should have stayed offline. It was 1997. Back then, if you wanted to watch a movie, you didn't stream it. You went to Blockbuster. Rows and rows of VHS tapes, bright yellow labels, the smell of popcorn and candy. One boy walked in with his dad on a Friday night, excited to rent the latest horror movie. They grabbed a tape from the shelf, checked it out, and went home. But when he pressed play, what came up on the screen wasn't the movie they rented. It was footage. Shaky, handheld camcorder footage of a basement. Bare walls, a single light bulb swinging from the ceiling. For minutes, nothing happened. Just silence, then faint whispering in the background. The camera slowly turned toward the corner, where a shadow seemed to be moving. And then, suddenly, static. The tape cut off. Disturbed, he brought it back the next day. He asked the clerk why a home video was mixed in with the rentals. The clerk looked at him, confused, and typed the title into the computer. Nothing came up. The store didn't even carry that movie. When the boy pointed to the drop-off bin to show him, the tape was gone. He went home shaken, but over the years, he began to hear whispers of other people across the country who swore the same thing happened to them in the 90s, renting a movie, only to find the same basement footage. And every time, the tape disappeared without a trace. Some say it was a sick prank. Others believe it was evidence that was never supposed to be seen. But the boy swore to this day. What scared him the most wasn't the basement, or the shadows, or the whispering. It was the moment, just before the tape cut out, that the camera tilted up, and he saw the lens turn toward him. Like it wasn't a recording, like it was live. Back in the mid-90s, when the internet wasn't everywhere, and people still spent their nights flipping through static-filled FM stations, there was a local radio DJ in California who hosted a midnight call-in show. His listeners would phone in with ghost stories, song requests, or just to chat while driving lonely highways. One night, he got a call from a woman with a shaky voice. She said she was lost on a dark stretch of road and couldn't find her way home. She kept repeating the same phrase. "I can't find the lights. I can't find the lights." The DJ tried to calm her down, asking for landmarks, but she only whispered, "There's nothing here, just fields, just the road, and someone's following me." The station's phone lines suddenly crackled with static. Then she screamed, blood-curdling, and the line went dead. The DJ played it off like a prank, but callers flooded the station afterward. Several said they saw an old, beat-up 70s sedan cruising slowly through town that same night, headlights off, matching the description the woman had given just before her call cut out. The weirdest part? A few days later, police reports surfaced about a missing woman. Her car abandoned along a desolate country road. The keys were still in the ignition. The radio dial? Tuned to the very station she had called that night. To this day, older locals swear that if you drive those roads after midnight, flip on your FM radio, and spin the dial just right, you might hear her voice come through the static, whispering, "I can't find the lights,